Good morning, everyone. Thanks all for joining here. We started it at 11 today due to some reasons, but we will resolve to continue it on every Sunday, most Sundays, and try to have this tradition of meeting up. Today, I'm going to talk about, also drive all of you in for discussion about this most important topic, that is teacher versus facilitators. I'm sure we all have already got an idea what the difference is, but it's time to deeply reflect, think on these two roles. So teachers versus facilitators, what are we majorly? What percentage of us, or if I am an individual teacher, how much do I act as a teacher and how much, what percentage do I act as a facilitator? So can I ask Shalom, so what do you think? What percentage of teacher you are and how much do you facilitate?
I could say around 80% I'm a teacher
Mhm.
and 20% I'm a facilitator.
Yeah. So what makes you 80% teacher? Is it by choice or by compulsion?
No, it's the interest that I have in teaching. So that makes me more of a teacher rather than a facilitator.
Right. So does that mean I have lot to say, so please hear? Is it something like that?
Nothing like that actually. It's like we can say that I have to initiate the learning.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when we talk about teaching, it's like many a times it so happens that we have to, have this discipline among the students, wherein we have to initiate the learning, but also we have to direct them to the proper, what to
Right.
say,
Supervise them, guide
destiny.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
supervise them.
So, yeah, thank you for your views. So, I would like to go back and reflect on the way the designation or the job role of teachers have been evolving. We can see that our syllabus changes rapidly, the tools, technologies change rapidly. However, the teaching methodologies have not changed or evolved in the same speed to that extent of the changes that happen with our syllabus, technology, and tools. We still follow the same teaching methodologies. At the max, the green or blackboards have been replaced with whiteboards and projectors. Beyond that, the way we convey things or the way we teach has not been changed much. We there is some, with all this technology and AI tools coming up, there is a fear amongst all of us as our roles are diminishing. The impact is fading away. How do we retain our students, or how do we make our students coming to class? And we also have so many other roles in the day. We tend to have that one time notes prepared and try to make the class engaging with some little bit of updations or anything by chance if we hit upon. We actually don't find time to sit, reflect on, make our every class innovative. Gone are the days because teachers are overburdened with too many other things. However, we need to make some way out and try to be relevant to our students, because we are slowly becoming clerks, not even teachers. We should not be even talking about teachers and facilitators, because teachers are the AI tools these days are going ahead, like Chat GPT and Internet, Google. All of these are taking over. Even in the past, resisting all of this is not the option. I would say, like Chat GPT should be banned, mobile phones should be banned. It never happens. They are going to stay with us, and it's us who have to change ourselves and try to keep ourselves relevant. We may not believe, but initially, when the Gurukul system of teaching was there, there were not even textbooks. It's everything from Guru. When the books were introduced, there was even resistance for books because they thought books are replacing teachers. It didn't happen so. Teachers took the aid of books, and students were also supposed to have books and start learning. Today we cannot even imagine why were the books banned. It looks so unusual, right? But then it was for the teachers and the learning community. And then there were televisions which thought would disrupt everything, but televisions are existing. They are taking their own shape, but they are there. And our role has evolved a bit, or we have accepted with all the information in the television. Earlier, teachers also played the role of news providers. They were information hunters. But now we are not information hunters anymore. So all this is taking shape. So it's very important, I feel, to decide what we should be, teachers or facilitators in the current generation. Oh. So definition wise, a teacher is a person who instructs, often in formal setting like classrooms. Of course, we don't think beyond classrooms, but sometimes we can challenge ourselves to take students out in the college garden, or ask them discuss or do something, ask them to discuss on something. But we are too busy to think innovatively and make our classrooms interesting or classes interesting. So the role is straight to impart knowledge, provide instructions, objectives, and mainly we are always rushing behind completing the syllabus because we are under pressure. When we are under pressure, creativity doesn't work. So the next one, who can be a facilitator? A person who enables learning and development by creating a supportive environment amongst the students. Now that we have the advantage of information flowing into the right in the hands of students through their mobile phones, computers, everywhere. So I think we should not be breaking our head too much as information providers. We should be facilitators to encourage participation, discussion, and come with innovative things. It's a typical assumption that when I am a teacher, I should be talking. If I don't talk, then I will be validated as a teacher who doesn't know anything. But trust me, it is not like that. When I came out from the academic setup, I was a teacher myself for 6 years. I was an assistant professor in engineering college where I spoke for, like Shalom said, 80% of the time I used to just speak, only 20%. I made them solve something and dictated, in fact, dictating the whole learning process. When I came out as a trainer, initial few days I thought the money was directly coming to me, not the organization did not pay me as a salary. So I thought I have to talk even more because they are paying money. However, over the period, I felt I am a trainer now. If I'm doing what I did in the college, I wouldn't be valued. Why would somebody come and pay me here instead of learning all the same in the college? Then I realized, what change can I make? The only change is I should talk less and get things done from them so that they feel empowered. It's not that they are sitting there to validate our knowledge all the time. Of course, they do in the initial 5 minutes to know if a teacher is equipped well with all the knowledge. Only then, if we enable them to start working on the activities, it works. It's not like directly I give a statement and I sit relaxed, or I start fidgeting with my mobile phone. I check calls and let them do. It's not facilitator. Facilitator is equally responsible in the class activities. Students are very smart. They know when we are actual facilitators and when we are faking to be facilitators. So this aspect we should, I think I'm towards being a facilitator. As a trainer myself, my classes started gaining popularity the moment I started to speak less and started getting more done from the students itself. So that is the role of a facilitator. Participation, ask them some questions, make them learn, and do not restrict them in using mobile phones or anything. Yes, during 2008 or 9, when I was a student, mobiles were banned, but going ahead, nobody could control that. Students carry mobile phones now. But a lot of time is gone in shutting off what is available and closing our minds, trying to go in the traditional system and get very less done from everything possible. So you can break the stereotypes, take the responsibility of finishing the syllabus in a unique way, not in the same old way. We can take up the challenge. Of course, if we have some pressure from the higher management people, we can, at least we are good communicators. We can tell that we will give the best in the subject. just give us some flexibility in the way we conduct. I want to try something new. I don't think there is any harm in trying to initiate such processes where students feel excited to be there in the class and start building something, where we give them free hands to use their mobile phones, chat GPT for that matter, but they are going to build something. They are adding value, real world skills they are going to learn. At the same time, we may say that by having built this, we have completed this portion of syllabus. And if you want notes, which we have done already, you can share it. I mean, that will be a great thing for both teachers and students to go ahead as facilitators. So the key difference here, again, it's self-explanatory, but I have put it down to actually slow down what we know and reflect on this. So teachers always focus on imparting knowledge, that is information, basically information, which is diminishing these days with all the AI tools and Internet of Things. All of these are taking away this segment of imparting information. So facilitators, on the other hand, focus on creating supportive and collaborative learning environment. Instead of me preparing an entire course flow in the class, if I just come with one case study, put it across the students and help them actively engage being the facilitators. Again, I emphasize not to fake being the facilitators to escape from our responsibilities, but actually being there in the moment to support them and take them to the next step. And students are smart and sensible to know if we are actually facilitating. And the next is responsible for delivering content. As I said, no matter from which angle we come, the teacher's role is to just deliver the content. But here, on the other hand, it's the guiding the learning process. Suppose we want to introduce an algorithm. We may ask them to use their phones and give some questions like, why do you think this algorithm helps? I'm giving you 5 minutes. You can browse, you can do anything and come up with an answer. So when the participation comes from the students, the class becomes more engaging. At the same time, we also feel more productive, relaxed, and valued, because we are not shouting at the top of our voice asking them to get attention on us. And this, I think these days are gone. This is not a healthy way that we can retain the students. And the third point, it's purely on lecture based, either blackboard, whiteboard, or PPTs. It's going to be the same. I have set of instructions that I'm going to give and they have to follow. So use interactive activities. Through that process, we may not know what new things will come up. Even we become learners without giving up on the designation of teachers. We are learning. That's fun. So teachers think it's only one way, or when we ask questions, it is still one way because they want to learn more from us when the student asks questions. But teacher's role is one way. Facilitator's role is two ways, where we are teaching and also learning. It's all happening in a collaborative way. It's more enriching. And the pressure of us preparing every night for something new and feeling disgusted that we're not able to add anything new is all gone. Because sometimes in the class, students tend to add new things in as when we are facilitating. So we can pick up those things and it's a lot easier for us. And evaluate learning through tests and assignments. But here, we may give them assignments, ask them to rate themselves. So the fear of failing, the fear of marks is all to be got rid of, so that they solely holistically focus on what they have learned is useful, how their learning is right, or where they have gone. So some self-reflection based assessments, if we try to give them, classes can be interesting. It looks like a task in the beginning. I'm sure many of us must be known for one subject and we are called as expertise in that one subject. In any one of the vacations, if we can plan these 50 hours of teaching innovatively, then I think if you're called for meetings, if you're running from the meetings to the classroom or anywhere, nothing will matter because we have all that plot ready, and not a single day we will feel out of confidence or energy to enter the classrooms because it's all activity based. So I would like to focus on the need for being facilitators. I have already been talking about that, but to put it more objectively. In the fast-paced world today, it's very important for the students to think critically. We have to be learning along with students because the generation is very fast, and they have good things that can also help us to naturally upgrade ourselves. And facilitators create an environment preparing learners for real world challenges. I think there is some situation here in the current generation of teachers, how they are seen. I myself, when I try to get out of this academic institution, I initially tried to join some companies, corporate companies. The way they talked about us was, you people are theorists. You may not be able to do anything that we need. We respect you, but we don't think you can do anything for us. This is how they talk to us. The irony is that in the early stages, I mean, in olden generation of teachers, they were called in industry to give their expertise because they were researching, they knew the pros and cons of a particular concept. They thought industry people can solve, they thought, sorry, the academicians can solve the industry problems. This is what the perception the older generation of teachers had. But unfortunately, now with having all the computers and everything, we are turning to be more of clerks. And industry people are hesitant to seek our consultation. They think we are only theorists. That's all because we are after completing syllabus, nothing beyond that. So it's time to change that again, make these tools as tools to empower our personality as teachers or facilitators, and we shall start contributing to industries again with our research. Industries don't have time to sit and work on theories and research. They want things to be up and running. We have all these tools, we have research, we are experts in subject. If we try to make some wheels move in that direction, then industries will see us again with open mind. That's the goal we should all have to strive for. And yeah, the third point, facilitation is more on engaging and meaningful. Here, nobody is right, nobody is wrong. There is no first bench sincere follower. There is no last bench naughty people. There is nothing like that. The credits are not to be given for the person who concentrate more. The credit to be given to a student who is engaging more, who is learning more, who is contributing more in all this process. So if we change ourselves from being a typical teacher to a facilitator, the teaching and learning ecosystem can be beautiful. So what are some of the examples? If you're not all the subjects, it can apply to all the subjects. Some subjects like physics, mathematics, it's very difficult to have this facilitation. However, with all these technologies emerging and so many gamified learning case studies, we can still achieve this. It's just one time, maybe 2 months of our vacation, if we plan and prepare a very nice thing. It's not we will become celebrity teachers in that subject because nobody else have invested so much of time. I always, wherever I visit any places, I tell one thing. It's very easy to win or become extraordinary in this generation because people are diverted. Nobody is recognized to be marvelous or extremely good in one particular thing. We are all jacks of many things, but unable to master in one thing because most opportunities come as disruptions or distractions, which we don't understand. It's very easy to win in this generation because one thing, put all your efforts in that, and it's easy to be recognized in these days. So focus, even for us teachers, if we are a famous teacher for one subject in our college, we can get out and become a good teacher for that subject in our city or in our state. And then we can start exploring globally, go places and be known for that subject by being a good facilitator. And we become good teachers when we can make more students learn and try to make them build. That's the whole difference here. So there could be brainstorming, group discussion, case studies, role play. Everything is possible in every subject. It's just that we have to sit and take it as a research to make our subjects exciting, and 50 hours, very well planned activities, interconnected. And what I would add is, if we start being facilitators the day one, nobody will take us seriously because it is breaking the stereotype. It's typical that teachers come, start using the board and explaining, everybody else nod their heads and they take it. If you say today we're going to do something, I want you to do something, initially the students may feel that the teacher doesn't know anything, but it's not like that. For that, we should do something. First 5 minutes of the session should be such a top class session that they are totally convinced that you are a top class teacher in that. After that, if you give any assignments, any case studies to be solved, they will respect it and do wonderfully. Suppose we give some case study which we are not confident without giving our background or a glimpse of our own knowledge in that, and ask students to do everything. We don't respond to their queries, or we are lost in the world of mobile phones or laptop, try to simply act that we are busy, then it's a clear flop show. We are not facilitator. We are neither teachers nor facilitators. So it's a serious task. I'm repeating this because it starts, then we don't have time. First 2 or 3 sessions we may plan like this, but fourth session we again fail to be facilitators. So if you decide to be facilitators today, we have to plan all our 40 to 50 hours so neatly that no matter from which background we are running into the class, we are still confident, excited, and enthusiastic to give a great show. So that's the thing. So I would like to talk about my own experience. Initially, when I came out, there was only one name for the thing that I did. It was called as Coaching Institute. But very soon during pandemic and 2020 or 2021 onwards, an entire new name was given to this industry of teaching beyond the academic organization. The name was edutech companies. So just imagine, we are an edtech company too. The Tamsh and 3T Hub, what we are doing is an edtech company too. But I feel there is need of this edtech or recognition only because academic organizations are not able to satisfy the needs of the students. Otherwise, edtechs have no role. What are we supposed to do? Nothing. It's only because academics cannot give 100%. There is a whole, it seems like the society or the entire world has accepted that teaching setup cannot give everything, and they have given like agri-tech, food tech, financial, fintech. They have also given a separate category for edtech. So it was a blessing in disguise for me because I was not just seen as a coaching institute. I was seen as an edtech company. I have been seen as an edtech company. We are using all the tools, technologies to get all these things done. All we do here is come straight to the point, teach them and empower them. We are not talking all the time in our session. We talk for just 5-10 minutes. Rest of the time, most of the time, we work on brand building as a subject expert. And whatever we ask our students to do at our center, they do it sincerely. They never complain that she is letting us do because she doesn't know anything. They feel that I'm learning something. This is the transition I think we all should target. So when I thought of doing something for the teachers community, I first, with my mentor, I met another person from IIMB. His, Dr. Saidi Pratnam from IIMB. He said, I want to do something for teachers. Then he said, don't use the word teacher. That word teacher says we are here to limit the abilities of our students. Say we are facilitators. We should not, teachers is only to limit. This is the syllabus and this is what we are going to do today, and nothing is going to go beyond this set plan. That is to limit. Teachers are here to limit, while facilitators are there to go beyond the limits, get surprised and add an element of surprise in learning and teaching every day. So to teach is an act of arrogance. We can only provide innovative learning. This is said by Dr. Soji Shiba. He is a Japanese professor emeritus, and Padma Shri. He has done a lot of work in India. Most of them, many people follow his rules. You can also see his lectures. He can also, he has also got some videos on YouTube here. So no, he is a professor, but he is driving industry people so crazily with all his work. So yeah. So now I think we have discussed all of it. I would like to ask, what are the challenges now to be a facilitator? Can I ask some inputs from the teachers?
As far as Chetna, can I say
Yes, ma'am. Yeah,
something?
yeah. Please go ahead.
As far as education system now in India, it is changing.
Yeah.
A lot of things are changing. They are becoming very skill based,
Mm-hmm.
and the syllabus is now. See, it's not just teaching. Even evaluation has changed.
Okay.
Lot of internal evaluation now. Scheme is 50% is given to internal evaluation, and only 50% is given to the external VTU exam or university level exams. So the 50%, the reason why it is now focusing 50% to internal is they are focusing on the student will be to be evaluated by a person who has seen him during the education period, developing himself, attending, bringing out the understanding what is there and all that. So to evaluate that 50% also, there are internal tests and all. So they are there, but the marking also is changing now. Assignments are given marks. Earlier all this was not there. There were just 2 tests or 3 tests, an average of that. So it was very easy, but there were no what do you say, the internet was not used as much as after the corona kind of thing.
Right.
So the challenge for teacher is now the only way he can keep his respect in the class is, as you rightly said, how can I engage the student for that 40-45 minutes. And to engage 45 minutes in a class of 60 students, it's easy to engage a 10 count of 10, right?
Right.
But count of 60, which has a mixed bag of good students, medium, and not so good students. So engaging them, that has become a big challenge for the teacher, and especially if that teacher is not ready to upskill himself. Okay,
Right.
so not ready in the sense he is less confident, because the students have become more, skilled than the teacher, because the students are, they don't have any responsibility of earning or doing. They just do what they like to do. Whereas teachers have some responsibilities to do, to earn the salary that they are doing, and hence they have to focus on the taking the class of 45 minutes. And if the students are not engaged, they themselves are disheartened, and it's a circle. I
Right.
don't engage you, you don't, so I don't give you any respect, and that his confidence level is going down. So the only way I feel a teacher can engage is to not just do the 9 to 5 kind of job now. His
Right.
job is extended. He has to do beyond to prove himself to his students. Otherwise, it's a very, very, what do you say, respectable job. It's a very self satisfying job to be in a class of 60 and engaging. We used to get that kind of feel when we used to teach a class and come out. We used to feel very happy. We used to feel it was like doing a yogasana after taking a class.
Right.
But
Cannot
now
deny
it is
on that.
not like, yeah, now it is not like that. The things are totally different. Students have access to information, as you said.
Right.
The only challenge for a teacher is how to keep the students engaged. Unfortunately, the syllabus needs to be set, which is based on the industry level. If you
Right.
keep it very theoretical, because what is happening at university level is some of the seniors are setting the syllabus. So they will set what they know rather
Right.
than somebody from the industry. So having a real, not just in the committee, having an industrial person in the committee will not help. They have to have a syllabus wherein at least 50% of the industry are actually contributing and telling this is a outdated one, this is a new one, get into
And
this.
yeah, to
you
add
know
to this, I have also seen that some people who are into syllabus making, they will
yeah,
have picked up some things, and they think they're already empowered enough. and they try to set
Yes.
syllabus on that, and they are broken chains. When the implementation comes, they think that there is nothing after this, there has to be some things beyond this, which the person who has set the syllabus was not aware of. He just not only a bit.
Correct.
So
Yes.
all those ego clashes,
Ego clashes, and they feel competitive with the younger generation,
right,
because they know
I
something
think when
that
we
they
become facilitators, we are not competitors anymore. Teacher says, I am above you, you are below. But the moment we become facilitators, we are not competitors, we are collaborative learners. One
Correct.
has learned ahead, one is learning parallelly. That's the difference that lies. I think Shalom has also got some point. Can I hear from you, Shalom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Rasni ma'am completely. And also, I would like to add a few points here. Like, I think we have discussed this before also, and you have also mentioned this many a times about the workload, right? So we almost the teacher workload is so much that if the teacher wants to become a facilitator, she or he has to, prepare the teaching material in such a way that the teacher has to dedicate more time in preparing those materials, which maybe the teachers right now in the education system don't have. They're almost working like machines. So maybe that also is a hindrance to making for a teacher to become a facilitator.
I think, yeah, that is the fact, but we cannot change the whole system in a small way. We should be strong enough to resist all that. But in a small way, what we can do is whatever 10, 15 minutes we get in throughout the day, we should be, in our mind space, we should be working out how each day take a topic and say how I can beautify this, how I can do this. So I think it works because I've been working as an edtech independent organization. Now I will have many things: marketing, promotional, connecting with investor, fundraising. It's again all of those undesired tasks apart from teaching. But in my mind, I'm always thinking because I'm my organization. So if you take your subject as your own organization, I think in your mind space, you're always working to do something innovative. And we don't have time to complain that we don't have time. So this is what I would like to end up with. See your subject as your organization, and let us aim to be the celebrity teachers in whatever subject we are already known for. That should be our next aim. Thing with
Yeah,
the
that's what sorry,
yeah
9 to 5 job is for the salary that you're earning. This is
yeah
what I feel currently. And beyond the 5, or if you're lucky, you can find 1 or 2 hours during the working hours. It is a time to retain your job in the future by upskilling yourself,
right.
because everything is going to change. You want to keep the job, or you want to, be a earner in the future, you have to invest at least 2 to 3 hours for that, not just for the present.
Well said, ma'am. Thank you all for participating. We had a great session. Let us get back